Jason Miller was a 28-year-old freelance journalist, known for covering strange local legends and forgotten stories. After years of reporting from loud, chaotic cities, he longed for solitude. So, when he found an old Victorian house available for rent in a quiet English village called Black Hollow, it felt like the perfect escape to write his first novel. He packed his laptop, books, and a camera. Ready for peace, isolation, and creativity, Black Hollow was a place time had almost forgotten. Surrounded by dense woods and blanketed in nightly fog, the village had only a few dozen residents, all of whom seemed wary of strangers. The house Jason rented sat at the edge of the forest. It was tall, creaky, and cold even when the sun shone. No one had lived in it for over a decade. Villagers didn't talk about the house much, just gave strange glances when Jason mentioned where he was staying. Curiosity eventually got the better of Jason. He asked an elderly shopkeeper about the house. The man hesitated, then whispered, "That house belonged to Eleanor Grace. She lost her daughter in the woods. Went mad searching for her. She'd knock on doors all night, crying, screaming. People stopped answering. One stormy night, she died right there on the doorstep. Heart failure, they said, but the body was soaked, frozen, as if something else killed her." Jason laughed nervously, but the shopkeeper's final words stuck with him. "And every year on that night, she still knocks." Jason brushed it off as local superstition until his third night in the house. At exactly 3:12 a.m., a sharp knock echoed through the silence. Knock, knock, knock. He sat up in bed, heart thumping. He walked to the front door, opened it slowly, nothing but dense fog outside. He blamed the wind, maybe an animal. But when he checked the door the next morning, wet footprints led up to it. But none leading away. The knocking returned every night. Same time, same pattern. Louder, more insistent. Jason set up cameras, motion sensors, even stayed up watching. But whenever the knocks came, nothing appeared on camera. One night, while searching the attic for insulation material, he found a loose wooden panel behind a stack of boxes. Inside was a dust-covered leather diary. It belonged to Eleanor Grace. Her writing began sane, journal entries, recipes, memories. But soon it turned erratic, filled with disturbing drawings and frantic notes like, "She's calling me from behind the walls." The knocking never stops. They buried the wrong one. There's a door that doesn't exist, until once Jason's dreams began to twist. Every night, he'd see Eleanor, wet, pale, eyes wide with desperation, standing outside his window. One night, his phone lit up at 3:12 a.m. A voicemail played. "You can hear it now, can't you?" He bolted awake, the knocking shaking the walls. Then it stopped. Jason screamed into the darkness. "What do you want?" The silence that followed chilled him more than the knock. The next day, he discovered a sealed door in the basement he swore hadn't been there before. It was bricked up tightly, but something scratched at it from the other side on the 10th anniversary of Eleanor's death. The fog was thicker than ever. The house was dead silent until 3:12 a.m. Boom, boom, boom. The door shook violently. Jason, trembling, opened it, and there she stood, Eleanor Grace, rotting, soaked, her eyes black and endless. She didn't attack. She whispered, "You heard me. You found the door. Now let her out." She turned and pointed toward the basement. Jason followed her ghostly trail to the bricked-up wall. He grabbed a hammer. Brick by brick, he broke it down. The air turned foul. A hollow wooden door stood behind the bricks, ancient and cold to the touch. He opened it. Inside was a small, dark room. In the corner, the skeletal remains of a child, clutching a stuffed rabbit. Eleanor's voice wept beside him. They thought she ran away, but she never left. Now she's free, Jason reported the discovery. Police confirmed the remains matched Eleanor's missing daughter. The story made national news. The villagers were silent, ashamed, perhaps. The knocking stopped. Jason moved out, feeling he'd helped bring peace to two trapped souls. But weeks later, while living in a city apartment, he got a call from an unknown number. A trembling voice spoke. "Mr. Miller, I moved into that house last week, and she's knocking again. But this time, she's asking for you. Jason dropped the phone. Behind him, knock, knock.